what's going on? It's Raven, and in today's video we're doing another Road to Review. And this Road to Review is on a Nerf gun that I purchased from the local flea market, and we'll be turning this into the Iron Wreath sidearm from Destiny. As a lot of you know, I'm a big Destiny fan, and of course Star Wars, all that good stuff. But I saw this gun and I immediately thought Iron Wreath. And if you don't think it looks like the Iron Wreath, here's some picture references to help you out. I think this looks pretty damn close. So we'll be working on this. Of course, the road review is a work in progress type video, so if you're not interested in that, wait for the actual review. So basically what we are going to do is obviously we're going to go in, we're going to be grinding out these logos and everything. It's going to suck because I really like the design on the hilt, but we have this End Strike Elite on there that has to go. I don't like it. We're going to add a barrel to this to mimic the silencer on the Iron Wreath. And then we're going to put the wolf's head. I think the wolf's head is probably going to go... I think it'll go here. I know in the game that's not really where it is, but this is probably the best place for it to go. And how I'm going to do the wolf's head is I'm going to carve that out of thin craft foam, and we're going to plasti dip that and then paint it gold. This is just going to be a really quick conversion, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's not going to take me nearly as long as my Fallen Scout rifle. So let's see how we do. Alright guys, so we're on to the first step of the work in progress of the Iron Wreath. The first thing that we're going to go do is we're going to go sand all the logos off of the Iron Wreath, and the first thing, I've already started on the right side of it. You can see this is all smooth now. I sanded off the logo for the gun here. So now basically we're going to go through real quick, we'll do that on the other side, get this Nerf logo off, this Strike Elite logo off, and a little bit of warning label that we do have here. We'll mostly be doing this with a Dremel, this with a sanding stick, and this with a combination of both. So we'll do that, speed it up, and then we'll get on to the next part. So basically, this is good to go to be taken apart, and then we'll sand it down completely, all of it, to remove the shine off of it, so it will be ready for paint. Alright guys, so this is basically what the prop will look like once it's all sanded. You want to get rid of that gloss. Basically just sand it down, get rid of the gloss, you'll see some white come up, this chalky type finish, and that's basically what you want before you start your painting. So I'm going to start painting this once I do the silencer extension on the middle piece. Alright, as we continue on to the road to review for the Iron Wreath sidearm, I've decided how I'm going to add the silencer. Now this is the barrel for the Strike Nerf gun that I'm using, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically cut and Dremel away this bit here. And then I'm going to take some wellwood and attach this as the barrel. So it will be a extension slash silencer, just like the Iron Wreath has. And it's basically the same size, so there'll be very minimal cleanup work that I'll have to do once I've cut this down and glued this on. The barrels are both basically the same size in diameter. So this is going to work out great, and it's not going to stop you from opening up the gun because this part is in the middle and the two shells are on either side. So even though I'm gluing this on, it's not going to affect taking the gun apart if you have to replace any springs or anything like that, or the LED that we'll be putting in later. So I think this will be the best option. Alright guys, so real quick, continuing on, just a work in progress. So I decided to use this shimmer metallic here, green, that I got from Michael's. It was on sale for like $1.99, and I tried it out, and it's just obviously way too bright, way too light green. I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of sparkly too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the original color I had in mind, which was this emerald green, and kind of lightly spray it over and see if we can kind of make it dark a little bit, but still keep some of this shiny metallic looking cover that we have here. So we'll see how that turns out. Alright, so continuing on, finished the paint job for the most part, and I started weathering the gun. I decided to try something new when I did this. Normally I do my own wash. I use acrylics or I use testers, and I thin it out with the thinner. But I was at Michael's and I saw this testers acrylic wash, and it's supposed to be a black wash, but it's not very black. That's what bothers me. But I decided to go ahead, test it out, you know. So this is the Iron Wreath with the wash. You can see kind of more in there where there's etching and stuff. And then this is the Iron Wreath without a wash. So as you can tell, it's a pretty big difference between the two. Well, at least I can tell a difference. But even on the back here, I did half with and half without. And also kind of darkens the gun up a little bit, which is good because this bright green is killing me. So the other thing I'm going to test out on this gun is normally when I weather, again, I use paint. Again, I was at Michael's, and I've seen a couple of people use silver rub and buff, and I wanted to test it out myself, so I will be doing this as well. I'll be testing out using Q-tips and brushes on this bad boy here. Now that's going to come in a little bit, but the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work on the wolf emblem, and I have a picture on my old phone here. And basically, the wolf emblem is going to go here. I know on the actual Iron Wreath it's in the front, but I'm going to use this space for the tree, and then the wolf head is going to go on here. Plus it'll cover this old nerf symbol that I tried my best to sand away, but wouldn't go away. This one came out pretty good, it's pretty gone, but this one was just giving me a hard time. Alright guys, so continuing on, I finished the wolf's emblem. I ended up making it out of thin craft foam, and then I did the teeth with cardboard. I'm kind of indifferent as to how it looks. There were probably other ways I could have done it. Probably doing epoxy and sculpting it would have been the best way, and the most professional looking way, and I didn't do that. I thought it would take too much time. I didn't want to waste all the clay. This project should have been done a while ago, and I feel like it's taking me longer than it should have, so I wanted to kind of get it done. So I ended up doing it with foam. And it's alright. I mean, you can see both sides here have it. I think the other one on the other side came out way better. But I've gone in and done that. I've done another thing. I've gone in and I had some natto green left over from when I did my Leo Gundam. And I decided to spray this part and the barrel in that color, and it ran out as I finished, so it's kind of perfect. And then I've gone in and I've used my let's see, we got it here. Tamiya gunmetal, which I've been using for some customs, and excuse me, going in and just detailing up these screws and whatnot around here, so just giving it a little bit more depth and color. Okay, so I've been working on the tree on the side of the Iron Wreath. I was going to record it, but it's taking me a while to do it, and I keep having to move the gun around and take closer looks at it, put it at different angles, you know. So I'm still going to refine it a little bit, but this is what I have so far. I think it looks pretty good, actually. Just the spacing in this part of the gun is different than the actual Iron Wreath, so I had to kind of work around that a little bit and kind of incorporate it. See, one of the tree branches is going around the bolt here. I gotta go and look and see if the tree is on both sides. I think it is, but I'm not entirely sure. So this is done, and now it's definitely looking more like the Iron Wreath for sure. Okay, so I thought of something as I was doing this. I was looking at the in-game model, and I kind of realized that on the barrel, it has the manufacturer's name, which is Hake. And then on the other side of the gun, there's really nothing because there's no tree on the other side. But in the game model, it says like 9mm something something. So what I did was I went to Michael's and I had a coupon I bought this pack here of black sticky letters, and I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to have hake here, and then on the other side maybe like 9mm or something. But so let's see what happens. Alright guys, so we come back and put down this piece of tape so we get the letter straight here. Take that away. And now we have hake on the side of our barrel. And it looks pretty good, I think. We're also going to be clear coating this before we do the detailing, so that will help also kind of smooth it out a little bit and not look so glossy like stickers. So, alright guys, so continuing on, I went and I've clear coated the gun. I've done a little bit more weathering because I was trying to make the tree stand out more, because the color of the tree is a bit darker than I would have liked. So what I've tried to do is kind of darken up the areas on the edges to see if the tree would show up more. I don't think that was very successful, but I feel like this has been like a test bed. You can see the hake there. I had to kind of brush super glue over this, and also the little 9mm symbol, because they were coming off already. So I kind of figured that would happen. So what the super glue over that will be fine. We'll be using silver leaf rub and buff, and what we're going to be doing is getting a little bit on a Q-tip, and then basically going over some of the edges where there would be wear, and some of the areas where I basically maybe messed up something and I want to cover up. So this will be one of those cool moments where I play some awesome Destiny music and you get to see a little bit of fast forward action. So get ready for that in 3, 2, 1.